One of the funniest things about when the vote comes in for an annual shareholders meeting is that even if all the directors on the board, all the directors on the slate get vote support in the high 90s, those directors that get just a few percentage points from their fellow directors wonder why. They look a little bit askew, like, why did I get 92% when they got 94 today on Zippy Point?
Quick Zips by Zippy Point.
Quick and dirty. I'm Brock Romanek, and I'm a big fan of yous. So I was recently taping a Vid-Guide with Carl Hagberg, the well-known inspector of elections, and that Vid-Guide's about proxy cards. And he mentioned in passing about how he might vote against a few directors on the slate for a reason specific to that director. And of course, some investors do that, some shareholders do that, like I just mentioned in the opening here. And now we have a study courtesy of Proxy Insight. Proxy Insight is a source of information about global shareholder voting. They have tremendous resources, and their monthly newsletter is fantastic, fabulous. They always have interesting insights into topics that I wouldn't have thought to care about and realize, oh, I do care about, and this is one of them. So this study was released in their July 2020 issue. And this article is about the reasons why directors might be targeted for a vote against. So a few things noted in the study. One, independence ranks by far as the number one reason why a director might get a vote against, showing up in more than half of the rationales that it was provided to Proxy Insight. Particularly concerns about non-independent directors who serve on key board committees, on the audit, compensation, or corporate governance committee. Another concern in the independence area are directors who serve on a board for more than 10 years. There's a concern about lengthy tenure. The average tenure of an S&P 500 director is 7.6 years. Two, another thing mentioned often is diversity, and just over 20% of the rationales. Primarily diversity on the board, but also generally in the workforce too. Gender diversity is more prevalent of a concern compared to race, but that obviously could change very soon and fast. Three, executive pay was mentioned just below the 20% mark. So just under 20% of the time, the rationale for why a director was voted against was because something was awry in the executive pay area in the mind of that shareholder. So shareholders not just using say on pay as a way to indicate discontent over pay packages. They're voting against specific directors, members of the comp committee, or maybe members of the full board, or maybe just the leaders of the board. Four, these are only the issues that arose repeatedly and consistently. There are other issues that obviously are specific to a particular board, to a specific company, specific to that particular director, their own track record, or it could just be general ESG failings or even material governance concerns, as noted in the incredible article by Proxy Insight. Kudos.